Hey, what's up, guys? The number one UFC predictor here, the UFC McFly, according to UFC Predictions Tracker. I'm super happy about that stat. I can't even tell you all the hard work I put in to get this done, man. And I love doing it all for free, man. And I am dying to see this card, even though I'm not so big of a fan of the main event, Imavov versus Borralho. I think it might be kind of a boring fight. But I can't wait for a lot of other fights on this card. And 2 weeks no UFC fucking kills me. Thank God fucking the Contender Series has been a fucking banger lately. Uh, let's start off the card. Okay, starting off the card is Axel Sola versus Reese McKee. Or Rice McKee. Look, Rice McKee is 1-4 in the UFC, but we've seen he's been very durable so far. Angelusa, I don't know how Angelusa didn't put him away, and he had a very close fight against Chidi and Jukwani, but Chidi just kept holding him against the cage and getting off elbows and punches, and it was a close fight, but Chidi definitely won that. And Reese McKee's coming off a win over Daniel Frunza, a guy that was pretty green, but he showed like his power. It looked good, and now he's fighting a guy that's also pretty green, Axel Sola. Axel Sola is coming from Aries FC. I saw a couple of his fights. Um, it's a bit tricky to predict this. They threw a fighter from France on the card. Is what it seems like here. Uh do I go with like the UFC experience, even though like he has not had a lot of success in the UFC? He does have power, and he hangs with most of the fights he's in, except for Kamzat back in the day that destroyed him. Um, yeah, I think I'll go early pick. I'll go with Rice McKee just because like the UFC experience alone, like and like the power, like Sola, he might not know how to act like hometown, I'll root for the France fighter for sure, but I think Rice McKee can get it done. Like he'll definitely stay in there the whole time. I think like if Axel Sola did win, I think it'd be by decision. Rice McKee has more ways to win. Like I think like he has decent jujitsu and like excellent power. He could put this kid away. Now, Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes is so fucking feisty and just keeps pressuring forward in all her fights, and Shauna Bannon's like kind of slow, to be honest. She got dropped like in her last fight against Puja Tomar, and then fucking snatched up that arm bar. The fight IQ was yeah, and the fight against Alice Ardeline was really close and could have gone either way, and got smoked by Bruna Brazil. Not smoked, like it was a women's fight. There's nothing special, but she definitely lost that fight, and I do not think she's that good. I think Sam Hughes should win this. I know their records, like Bannon has a better record with 7-1 and Sam Hughes 10-6, but like Sam Hughes, like if you look at like some of her wins, like Stephanie Luciano, it's a good win. Dudakova, meh. Okay, but Jacqueline Amorim like has only looked good in the UFC so far and is finishing all the ladies. It was a bit of danger in the first round for Sam Hughes, but then she wore Jacqueline Amorim out and like just took over round 2 and 3. Yeah, I'm gonna be going with Sam Hughes to get this one done by decision. Next fight is Brad Tavares versus Robert Brychek, and I thought Tavares got cut by the UFC, but I guess they brought him back. For sure, he's a great fighter, has a lot of good wins. He's not as durable as he used to be. That's for sure. Robert Brychek does hit fucking hard, but he in his fight against Ihor Potieria, he's not like the most active guy. I find Ihor Potieria was kind of going to town on him and actually won by decision, which is not even like usually Ihor's like thing. It's Brad Tavares' thing is to win by decision. And I think the speed is on Tavares' side. So I'm gonna slight lean Tavares, but like Tavares is getting pretty old, but Brychek is also 35. Like I gotta go with Tavares to get this done by decision. There's gonna be a lot of decisions, and like the thing is that I don't like with the France cards is like everyone's freaking out from like these boring fights. Like it's great the audience loves it, but like I'm watching at home like yeah, I don't know. Bit lame some of the fights. Yeah, next fight is Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters, which I'm very interested in because like these guys are like similar height and reach, and both these guys have kind of used that as a weapon in their fights. Patterson's first fight in the UFC got smoked by Yanel Ashmos, but Ashmos hits fucking hard. He's coming off a 3-fight win streak over Johan Linez, Kiefer Crosby. Those wins are whatever, but he beat Danny Borralho, who was undefeated at the time in a very impressive fashion. Trey Waters is coming off a war against Billy Ray Goff. Fun fight. I wouldn't say could have gone either way, but it was somewhat close. And Josh Quinlan, he was the underdog in that fight, and like I don't know, underdog against Josh Quinlan. Um, but yeah, we saw Patterson can be chin. Trey Waters, like fuck, man, his chin is excellent. I find when he was fighting Billy Ray Goff, he was eating some shots, backing up and just eating. Sam Patterson, I don't think can take like the same punishment that Trey Waters can, but I also think Sam Patterson is the more dangerous fighter. I think I'll go with Sam Patterson to lock up the submission, probably round 1 or 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Trey Waters can somehow like keep this standing and like just have like a boring kind of fight after Sam Patterson like first round blitz a little bit. But yeah, I'll go with Sam Patterson to get it by submission or decision. Honestly, I'm not too sure. Like, could he get knocked out? Anyway, I'm not gonna say every fucking option. Uh Next fight is William Gomi versus Robert Ruchala. William Gomi we saw last time against Hyder Amil. He finally lost, and like I did think he lost to Joe Anderson Brito, and I did think he lost to Francis Marshall. So in my mind, his record's a little bit different in the UFC, and I have not even been that impressed with William Gomi. He is not super active at all. Um, the Savat style, that's what he's gonna do in this fight. And Robert Ruchala is like not like super dangerous as well. He's was fighting KSW, and I did like some of his KOs that he's had. But I don't know. Like I think like I am gonna go with the UFC experience again, and like I know William Gomi is like a fan of fighting in France, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna go with William Gomi to get it done. William Gomi. Okay. Now, next fight is Renat Fakhretdinov versus Andreas Gustafsson, and yes, a lot of people are picking Gustafsson to win this fight. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with Renat. I know Renat shown that he is definitely beatable. Carlos Leo, definitely very close fight. I had a parlay with Renat, so I was okay with Renat winning, but I did not see it going his way. Nicholas Dolby is split decision, but I think he won that like pretty clear, like but like in the most boring way, like holding him against the fence. Like he does have good grappling. Zaleski almost killed him in the third round, which is not that good of a look. But what he did to Brian Battle, I haven't seen anyone do to Brian Battle. He just fucking ragdolled him for 3 rounds. It was quite impressive. And I know Andreas Gustafsson is kind of a monster when he gets in close with his elbows. It's can be fucking nasty, and like he did really good against a tough opponent in Chaos Williams. But I will still go with Renat Fakhretdinov to get this done. I'm gonna say by decision. With like, I think there could be a scary couple moments in like some of the rounds with Andreas Gustafsson landing some shit. But Renat, once he gets hit by some shit, he'll start to wrestle, whatnot. Yeah. Next up is Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delia. Ante Delia, we know him from PFL. Um, I've only seen a couple of his fights. Yes, he beat Jorgen De Castro, but last time out, but not that big of a deal at this point. Or ever. Yeah. Also Morris Green, again. Yeah, Renan Ferreira is a decent win. That's for sure. He has a lot of fucking power, this guy, and like he is capable of submitting you. But Marcin Tybura is so fucking. He's like stubborn in a good way. Like he'll keep like I don't know. Like he knows how to like win a sloppy fight at like heavyweight. I feel like Tybura also like once he like starts grappling you and he has you on the ground, he's gonna lay on top of you. He's gonna land the strikes. I'm gonna go with Marcin Tybura to get this one done. I don't know why I'm thinking by knockout. Usually I'm more decision heavy with the. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Marcin Tybura to get this one done by knockout. Now Umar Sai versus Brenson Ribeiro, and oh boy, do I want to pick Brenson after Umar Sai's last fight. And I don't even think he looked that good against Du Woon Jung OC. Uh Tuco Tokos, yeah, he submitted him. Blech, whatever. Brenson Ribeiro is super fucking dangerous with his power, but he lacks the chin as well. Like Umar Sai could like land some shit on him, and am I going with Ribeiro? You know what? I'm not. I'm gonna go with Umar Sai to get this one done by fucking shitty decision, but I might put a bet or something on Brenson Ribeiro. I think he's kind of live in this fight. Like I think the odds might be a little bit crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Umar Sai to get it done. Now Patricio Pitbull versus Losin Kita. Holy fuck, man! This guy has looked so fucking good, like in Octagon. Super powerful. Like fuck, man. Like he's hits fucking hard and like he's very well rounded. Taking on another guy with a lot more experience, Patricio Pitbull, who is like extremely well rounded, is for fought for a ton of organizations, and he is 10 years younger than Pitbull. I am still like I think Kita is a little bit green, and I think like he can do well in the UFC, but I think this jump is a little bit too high. And I'm gonna go with Pitbull, but then he gets chinned in the first round. The fuck. I'm gonna go with Pitbull to hold down this guy, and like he's gonna get it done, I think. And I do not feel great about this pick at all. So like this is kind of early. Maybe I will change in the coming in next week. Yeah, but I'm going with Patricio Pitbull to get it done. Now, for us, Ziam versus Kaui Fernandez. Fuck, I don't know what it is. I just don't like this guy's fights, man. For us, Ziam. Like, Mike Davis just, it seemed like there was something wrong with him in that fight. And, like, Matt Favola, he smoked him. Impressive. And Claudio Puelles, he went to fucking war with him. And Jai Herbert, Mike McCall Figlack. Like, this win streak, it's a nice win streak, but I don't like rate it too high. Like, and that's not to be said. Carlos Fernandez is coming off 2 wins over Muhammad Yahya and Garam fucking sucked like in the UFC. So did Muhammad Yahya. But I'm think I'm gonna go with Caio Fernandez in this fight. I don't know. I like the way he looks in the stand up. Like he's got that fucking dog. So does Faraz ZM, like somewhat, but he is exciting for like that style. But I'm going with Kai Fernandez to get this done, even though I probably shouldn't pick against the France fighters because they do really well anytime they fight in France. Yeah. You know what? Fuck. I'm going with Faraz. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Faraz to get it done by decision. But again, Caio Fernandez is live. I hope I didn't pick all the Paris fighters. I think I did so far. Besides Axel Sola. But do the Paris parlay. Please. Like you try it out, throw $20 on it, whatever. Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. Is Paul Craig gonna get chinned? I don't know. He looked like he was on to something against Rodolfo Bellato a little bit. And Modestas Bukauskas, honestly, I thought lost to Ion Kutlaba. I was there live, and I had a bet on Ion Kutlaba, and I was like, it's good as cash. But then, no, it didn't go that way, even though, like, he totally got outstriked. A lot of people were telling me how Modestas Bukauskas won that fight and were arguing against me, and I just didn't see it that way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, Paul Craig, I think, is going to get this done by submission in round one. Modestas might be like, okay, I'm going to fucking like come at this guy full force. And Paul Craig is going to latch something up. Paul Craig submission, round one. Now, Borralho versus Mason Jones. Fuck, man. Mason Jones against Jeremy Stephens was such a fun fight. Oh my God. Like, I know Borralho had a moment of weakness against Chris Duncan, but you saw I picked him last fight against fucking Mateusz Rebecki. Do you see how much of a dog Chris Duncan is? Every fight he's a fucking dog. So that fucking loss does not look so bad at all, to be honest. Like, he fought Michael Aswell, and he showed like how well-rounded Borralho is, and he looked excellent against him. But Michael Aswell, we don't know if he's like UFC level as well. Mason Jones, we know he is like. That was the late Jeremy Stephens. He made Jeremy Stephens look like he still got in the UFC. Maybe he does, or maybe that's a bad look. We'll find out. But he chose to leave like the UFC. He beat David Onama, which is crazy. David Onama, that's a super tough opponent. David Onama, I rate super fucking highly. Lost to Mike Davis and Ludwig Klein. I'm gonna go with fucking Mason Jones to get this done. I think he's gonna win by decision. Close back and forth, 29-28 type of thing. Now, y'all ain't gonna like this one. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffy. You guys, I know Ruffy is like a big fan favorite over beating Jamie Malarkey and James Lontop and King Bobby Green. And like that upset on the Contender Series. He wasn't supposed to win that fight against a Russian. It was very impressive. Also, he got the guy just on last Tuesday, or this Tuesday, Manuel Sosa. That guy knocked him out, and like we saw him on the Contender Series. That guy's a fucking menace, and that's like his only loss. So yeah, no surprise there. But Benoit Saint Denis, what, like people think he's shit now because like he lost to the GOAT Renato Moicano and fucking Dustin Poirier with a staph infection? I don't think so, man. I think like he still got it. Like he showed he's like a bit slow in his last fight, even in his win against Kyle Propalik, but I gotta go with Benoit Saint Denis. Like, he has more experience and like he's fucking dangerous. Ruffy could land some shit, but also Benoit can land some shit, or he can submit him. Like I know fucking like Mauricio Ruffy is a big he is like a big favorite right now. But yeah, I'm going to Benoit Saint Denis to get this one done. Don't feel great about it, but Benoit Saint Denis for the dub. Now, Nasruddin Imavov versus Caio Borralho. And like, am I the only one that like thinks this main event is kind of lame? Like, I hate the way Imavov fights. I just don't like the guy. I don't know what it is. I find like he fights super boring. His war against Brendan Allen, he looked like shit, even though he got the win. And like fucking like he knocked out Adesanya. Fucking like the fight against Roman Dolidze, fucking cheated a ton. Like, and the fucking like the KO against Jared Cannonier was way too early. Maybe it would have fucking like he would have got some more shit going off, but I did not like that win at all. Chris Curtis, like fucking he's notorious for fucking like cheating or some bullshit. And Sean Strickland beat the crap out of him on fucking like 6 days' notice. Lost to Phil Haas, for fuck's sake, majority decision. But then again, Caio Machado, who has he really beaten? The kickboxing and everything is on Nasruddin's side, but the grappling and I think like Caio Borralho is starting to find his power. I see him landing more heavy shots and like good boxing, good grappling. I think, dude, I want to pick Caio Borralho, and I'm going to. I'm going with Caio Borralho to get this done by decision. I hope it's a KO. I'd love to see Nasruddin get knocked the fuck out, but yes, I'm going with Caio Borralho to get this done by decision. Yeah, that's it for the